Sheldon Brooms Lawn Care. So if you look at this video, you would see Pradesh and Adam. Adam is trimming the lawn and Pradesh is doing the cleanup. So Pradesh, he's a new guy. So he's very anxious to start trimming lawns. But he's not quite ready yet. He has experience trimming yards that though doesn't necessarily look like the ones we do. I've been giving him some tryouts on some empty lots, and I've been able to see some of his mistakes, some common mistakes that I know many of you make. Now, Adam is an expert at this now, but he didn't start that way. So in this video, what I'll do, I'll describe what Adam is doing so you can get better. You can upgrade your skills. Alright, so first one of the most important one, point number one. I want you to listen to the machine. It's revved at a constant speed. This is what I hear. Most folks constantly pump the trigger. So this changes the RPMs, the velocity of the string. And what happens here is that the tension on the string fluctuates. So sometimes the string will be hanging low down, then it high up in the air. And this causes you to scalp the lawn, or as we would say in Trinidad, it'll cause you to zag up the lawn. So listen to it, you would hear a constant, steady speed. So this causes the string to be at a constant and steady speed. Alright, so point number two. The string must never touch the ground. I will say this again. The string must never touch the ground. Unless you're doing the edges. When you're doing the edges, you tip the string to the side, the whole machine to the side, and yeah, you're allowed to touch the ground there to sharpen up the edges. But while trimming the lawn, the string must never touch the ground. 3. You want to develop a pattern or a flow when cutting. Now when you look at this video, you can see a pattern. You can almost predict where Adam is going next in this video. 4. If you're right-handed, and depending on the direction of the string, so this particular string trimmer, it goes clockwise. It spins clockwise. So when you're doing the actual cutting as a right-hander, now that is with still machines. I'm not sure with other machines, so I'll talk about still machines. That's what I'm familiar with. The cutting actually takes place when he swings left. So the machine is on the right side of his body, but when he's cutting the lawn, he actually cuts the lawn swinging left. You would notice no cutting takes place when he swings right, unless he's in a very tight space, a cumbersome area. Then you might swing a bit to the right to get like hard to reach areas, but you always want to be swinging left. Point number 5. Let the tip of the string do the cutting. A lot of newbies, they think, okay, if I use the whole string, I will be able to cut faster. No, you'll zag up the lawn and it'll bog down the machine. Just let the tip of the string do the cutting. So if you're right-handed, it might be hard to see in this video, but Adam actually has the machine tilted slightly down left. So the right side of the string is slightly up in the air, higher than the left side of the string. So just the tip of the string doing the cutting, right? 6. So you want to keep the cutting head at a consistent height. That's probably one of the biggest differences between an inexperienced person and an experienced person, right? So the the operator's body is moving, but the head of the machine, where the string is, the head of the machine is relatively stable. You don't want the head of the machine to be bumping up and down, up and down. You don't want that. 7. I believe you had 7. Control the trimmer with your body, not just your arms. I say this again. Control the trimmer with your body, not just your arms. You would notice a smooth sweeping motion. He's not just wildly swinging his arms. The arms, the shoulders, your torso, all together. That makes the arch more repeatable, and it also reduces fatigue. You should feel no stress in your biceps really, because the stress is more uniform, more balanced with your whole body. The whole body actually takes the load. I believe we had 8. Don't try to cut too wide of an arc. Keep it fairly sharp. So a controlled sweep will give you a much better height consistency, right? If you try to reach too far left or too far right, the head of the string trimmer will actually rise and fall. You will end up zogging up the grass. I lost count of where we reached, but anyway, you want to overlap each cut slightly, right? So just like a lawnmower, the next sweep should overlap the previous cutting area. Otherwise, you'll get little strips, little tuft of grass just sticking out. Alright, so I'm not sure what number we reached, but we'll keep it moving, right? The walking speed matters. Don't rush faster than the string could cut. Tall, thick grass will require a slower advance than lighter growth, which will allow you to move faster. Right? So the higher the grass, actually the slower you're supposed to move. The shorter the grass, the faster you're allowed to move, right? Next point. You want to maintain the same cutting angle. So, once you establish an angle, you want to keep that angle to maintain the height. Maintain that angle throughout the entire sweep. Constant changing of the shaft changes the height of the cut. Next point. Don't chase individual blades of grass, right? So, follow a pattern. Beginners tend to see like a tall piece of grass and stop the rhythm to go and cut that tall piece of grass. No, keep your rhythm. Keep the rhythm going. Keep the flow going. And then you can return and cut that tall piece of grass. You will break the flow. This is watchman. This is very important, and this is my last point. Wow. Okay, so you want to pay attention to where the debris is going. So an experienced person, he not only thinking about where the string is cutting, he thinking about the rotation of the head and where the grass clipping is going, right? So this is especially important when you're next to a vehicle, you're next to windows, you're next to people and roads and even garden beds. Pay attention to where the debris is going. You don't want to be throwing your grass in garden beds. It makes it harder to clean up. You don't want to throw the clippings in the direction of vehicles, because obviously you're more likely to throw a stone bust up the window, dent the cars, etc. Of course, people, you don't want to be throwing debris at people, so pay attention to where you're throwing the clippings. Alright, so I know this video is a long one, but I'll keep it running without me talking. I'm going to shut up now. But what I'll encourage you to do is re-watch the video and see how many of the points you can pick up, what I spoke about. Watch the video and see what you can pick up on. And when next you're going to do your lawn, try it out. I guarantee you'll see some significant improvements. Take care, Brooms Lawn Care. Gonna keep it running. We out.